Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche pregame show.
Damn,
this isn't the podcast.
You got him.
That's the postgame show. Avs taking on the LA Kings on the Sagababa. Kings extremely rested. Avs extremely not rested, except for Sam Malinsky. I guess he's rested.
And Georgie.
Yeah, Georgiev too.
Let's go.
They got some rested guys on there. No Cale Makar tonight. I don't think that's too much of a surprise to any of us after the end of last night's game. Still up in the air exactly what's wrong with him, but we know he's not in.
We get to play our favorite game of every NHL season of What's Wrong with Kale?
Toe pain.
Toe pain? You're convinced?
Yeah.
I believe.
Toe
That's
pain.
specific. Does he have gout? Like, what's that?
That's just what I hope it is instead of anything else.
Oh.
A very recoverable injury, I imagine. Toe pain.
His little tummers is acting up.
He's Tums.
Given it is a Sagababa, given Sam Malinsky is in, expectations for him? Just survive tonight? Or do
No.
you want to see a little bit more?
No, he needs to take over and dominate. If he's coming in for
Let's
Cale
not get
Makar,
crazy.
he needs to be Cale Makar.
Are you just a random Twitter person?
Yes, I'm
These
reply guy tonight.
expectations? Okay.
Should Jared Bednar be fired?
After last night's performance, we should talk about it more.
Oh my God, I'm not doing this show. We're stopping this right now. No, not doing that. We're looking at an Avs team who is technically 500 on this road trip with 2 overtime losses. Are things favorable tonight? I wouldn't say that.
No.
At the same time, the Avs have been great on the second half of back-to-backs through the past 2-3 years. LA, been a very good team this year. The Avs did beat them all the way back on opening night. Does this match up well for Colorado, or is this going to be a tough one?
It's going to be tough, but it should be. I feel like the Avs, when they've played down in opponents, have let some of those games slip away from them, and they've responded pretty well to good competition. And because they have a history of being pretty good in the second leg of a back-to-back, I'm not granting too many allowances. In full recognition that they are without Cale Makar, they do need to match their opponents, because these are the types of games that this is the caliber of competition they can expect in a playoff. And so we talk about measuring stick games all the time, but the playoffs also don't give you a lot of rest and reprieve, and that's why I think it's important for them to get up for these games, especially after 2 close games on this road trip that got away from them.
Yes.
It's your first scheduled loss of the season. You know,
For real.
Just
Yeah.
statistically speaking, it's your first Sagababa against a rested team. You traveled, they didn't. Travel was minimal. We've talked about that. But
You
from
still played 18 hours ago.
exactly, and you go from it's already a scheduled loss. You don't have Arturi Lehkonen, you don't have Sam Girard, you don't have Cale Makar. That's a top 6 forward in a top 6 that hasn't really been decided yet, and that's half your top defenseman. Like, you're behind the 8 ball here. I don't care if Victor Arvidsson's alive or dead. Doesn't matter. The Kings have been fantastic this year. They are fantastic this year, and we talked at the beginning of the year, how good will they really be? It'll depend a lot on what they get out of Cam Talbot and Phoenix Copley. And it's been unbelievable out of Cam Talbot. I'm sorry, but that bubble's going to burst at some point. And they're going to lose some games because he gives up a couple more than he probably should. I think it starts tonight. I have a weird amount of confidence about tonight. It's a scheduled loss. Everything's against the Avs. The Avs have been pretty good in these situations the last couple of years. I understand this is not the same teams as the last couple of years. They're their own team. Gut feeling game, and that doesn't mean anything. Anybody can have any kind of gut feeling, but like gut feeling, I just feel like this is going to be a good night for the Avs.
They're 1-0 in back-to-back so far this year.
Yeah,
So,
in a situation where the other team
obviously very
also
different.
played,
Also very different, for sure.
and the Flames are not the Kings.
They are not. They are 2 teams in 2 very different places.
They wish they were the Kings.
But I suspect where some of that gut feeling comes from the things that E is going to talk about in his 3 keys.
Whoop, whoop. Yes. Well, let's start with number 1 there. Own your small area. We've been talking about it the last 5 minutes there. It's a tough one. It's not just a back-to-back. It's 3 and 4. It's a lot. You're missing some key pieces. So do your job. Own the puck. Outwork your opponent next to you. It's very simple. Break it down. 5-minute increments each period. Even or better after 5 minutes. Play the game within the game. It's a very simple thing to do. Keep it very simple. Number 2, short shifts. Very important. You get stuck out there in one of those shifts where it's early in the game, and I'm not bagging on Ryjo, but remember a few games back, he got caught in his own end for over 2 minutes, and that will kill you tonight. I don't care if you're in great shape. A shift like that will just kill you for the rest of the night. So it's very important tonight. Short shifts, back to back, no brain farts. No brain farts. That's how they appear. Those brain farts appear when you're tired. Keep it very simple. It might be an ugly game. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with playing an ugly road game. You're going to have to. They're going to have to be on top of their game. What am I talking about? MacKinnon, Rantanen. Those are the guys that are going to win you the game. Very simple.
Yep.
Very simple. And then Georgiev's got to be better than Talbot. He just has to. It's one of those games. It's one of those days. He's well rested. Didn't play last night. It's a must tonight that he outshines the guy across from him. Create momentum with big saves. Rise up to the challenge. This is a big one for him. Delicious. This is a big one for him. Talbot's been good this year. The Kings have been good. Talbot knows how to play Tom McClellan's systems. That's why he chose to go to LA. That's why it was a good fit for them. But if the Colorado Avalanche tonight can just be smart and not flashy, I agree with you. They thrive in those games, even though they've looked at it at the start of the season. It was circle. It is a scheduled loss. It was already planned that way. And now y'all got Makar on top of it. Nobody replaces Kel Makar, so you got to be sharp.
Except Sam Malinsky.
Except Sam Malinsky.
1 for 1.
1 for 1. Megan said it. Nicest guy ever. So now you got to play tight as a team. If you have to win that sucker 1-0, that's how you play tonight. That's how you play tonight.
I hear what you guys are saying about it being a scheduled loss, and I don't disagree.
No.
But in hindsight,
statistically
no,
speaking,
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing that. But what I am saying is, in hindsight, Avs kind of punted on a point last night by starting Ivan Prosvetov. Georgiev's in tonight. You'd really like for him to steal you at least 1 point here.
Yeah. This is why you set up your goalies this way, was so that
this gave you the best opportunity to win the Kings game.
It gave you the best opportunity to get 4 of 4 points. In this case, you're now trying to get 3 of 4 points.
Yep.
And honestly, if you even get to overtime, you're fine.
Take it.
You're
Yep.
fine. That gives you 3 points on the road trip, and you're fine.
Not great, but not terrible.
Yeah. So just get at least a point tonight, and you feel really good. I mean, in a vacuum, you get a point tonight no matter what, you feel great.
Yeah.
You'll take it, however it happens. I don't care if they blow a 5-0 lead.
Oh, you played chess.
I will care a little bit.
5-0 would be rough.
I will care a little bit.
I will care a little bit.
But ultimately, in the macro, you're still okay with it.
Yeah, but you just play the chess game tonight. It's okay. You don't have to force things. You don't have to just jump the gun. You just relax. It's a game of mistakes. The Kings are going to make a mistake. So the Avs are too. But if you do with the talent that they have, and that's why I say MacKinnon, Rantanen, Byron, keep going like the game he had last night. Put that guy in there. Now you got 3 guys that can make things happen. Some teams don't have that luxury. But tonight, it just goes. We're going to need 96 to just rise to the occasion and have a better showing than he's had the last few games.
Yeah. There's no two ways about it. To win a game like tonight, you need your best players to be your best players. And that is without Cale Makar, even more so on MacKinnon and Rantanen. A season that has felt at times like the Avs have gotten away with some stuff because Cale Makar is just playing out of his mind. Don't have that safety net tonight for the top guys. MacKinnon and Rantanen are obvious. I think on the back end, Byram and Taves are fairly obvious too. Who's the next guy up? Is it an Anchushkin? Is it a Caleb Jones? Is it Ryan Johansson. Who are you guys picking to bring that secondary additional, not necessarily scoring, but effective hockey?
Sam Malinsky.
I'm here for it. I'll hear the argument.
That's my argument.
Okay.
Sam Malinsky
Okay.
rules, and so he's been playing great for the Eagles.
He has been.
And if he just keeps playing his game, we've talked about like the stylistic, the Avs don't need this from him, whatever. Now they do. Go be you. Go be Sam Malinsky and steal Caleb Jones' job.
Well,
Because it won't be Jack Johnson's job. We know that.
Yeah, but when someone goes down like Kelma, you don't replace Kelmakar. That's
course.
the old line. We all know that. Everyone agrees with that. But it gives an opportunity for someone to showcase something that they have. Whether it's Bo, right? Bo stepping up like he did yesterday. Now you got Gerard out, Makar out. All of a sudden you're taking on a more prominent role. And then it gives you the opportunity to show what you got. Sam Malinsky. I know we're making jokes about it, but
I am not making a
no,
joke.
No, but I am being honest with it too. I agree with you. Like, if you're sitting at home tonight, are the Eagles playing tonight? So you would be playing tonight. So therefore, you have an opportunity to get on an NHL ice and make a difference. Making a difference on a scheduled loss, like we talked about, because technically, and I know, hey, listen, winning teams don't have excuses, and I'm not telling you Bednar's going in there saying, guys, this is a scheduled loss, let's cross our fingers. Of course, you want to win, but of course, at the end of the day, in order to win tonight, everyone's going to have to be on their A game. From Sam Malinsky to Georgiev's got to be on his AA, AAA game. He's going to have to be on his best game. And then your special teams, everything's going to have to go the right way tonight, because it is life in the National Hockey League. You have games that you're playing right now against an opponent that hasn't played in 4 days. Yeah, there is a difference right there. But sometimes it's actually easier because you played last night. I'm telling you, especially in the first period, it's just easier if you just keep it simple. Try to get out of there even or better after one. Then play the game. Then play the chess game. Where all of a sudden LA's going to have a little bit of a different game. They do, because you haven't played in 4 days. It's different. Practicing is different. Let them just don't execute things, and you all of a sudden execute things. Now you're up 1-0. It's a different game. Everyone knows, I don't care if they're tired. There's MacKinnon. There's Rantanen. There's a lot of guys. Number 13. There's a bunch of guys that the Kings are aware about. And you said it. They want to play good against good teams, the LA Kings. We talked about it at the start of the season. They're going to have a good season. I think we were all right because we all picked them to be fairly high. And they're proving us right. And this is a big game for them.
I want to corroborate the Sam Malinsky hype train. And it's because it's not unrealistic to want him to have impact in his game, because Bednar's been very transparent in his feedback to Malinsky, specifically being that he wants to see him activate, because those are the skills that he brings to the Eagles that translates to the American League game. He can contribute offensively. Obviously, he should still be responsible defensively. That's huge. It's priority number one, and it's the only way he's going to get trusted with more minutes. But Bednar wants to see him play with that kind of confidence to step up into the play. And so knowing that, he does have to be visible at both ends of the ice in order to make a case for himself staying at the National League level. And that's a big ask, because with that comes a lot of risk. But because he is rested among the other players who played last night, has the potential to be a difference maker. And if he can balance that carefully, I think that he can be. And that's what he has to do to make himself visible to Bednar.
You're asking him to play well enough to earn a couple extra minutes tonight with the fresh legs. I think that's definitely fair. On the Kings side, they're extremely deep at center. Kopitar, Deneau, PLD, down the middle. You're finally getting something akin to what you expected Quentin Byfield to be in the NHL.
Definitely.
You have Kevin Fiala, who's playing at a point-per-game pace, too. Their
Good for
forward
him.
core is really pretty darn well put together right now.
It's good, man. It's really good. It's deep. It's talented. It's fast. It's physical. It plays responsible in defensive end. It's dynamic in the offensive end. The Kings don't have a weakness. I mean, it's Cam Talbot. Like it's the same. It's
The inevitable downfall of
exactly
him.
like it's Cam Talbot. It's Cam Talbot being unbelievably good. Not Cam Talbot's been pretty good, or he's been solid, or anything like that. It's Cam Talbot has been outrageously good for us.
Yep.
maybe that continues for a little while, but it's not continuing all season.
Certainly not at that level. Yeah.
It just won't. It's been unsustainably good. So how well do they survive Cam Talbot coming back down to earth a little bit? Is it he gives up 2 or 3 goals in every game, or does he have a 5 or 6 goal? Is it a big correction all at once, or is it a small correction over a course of time? That'll determine, I think, how competitive they stay at the top of the Western Conference.
But that's how they play in front of them too. It's taken them a few years with Todd there. McClellan's an excellent coach, and he plays a certain system. Like I said, it's a known fact Talbot wanted to go play for him because he had him in Edmonton. They had success in Edmonton together. You know what I mean? Like meaning Talbot in the net, Todd at the helm, if that's a word, of their team. But LA's playing right. They're playing good. They're playing within their limits. They're playing within their system. They're strong down the middle, like you talked about. They're strong defensively, and they're not just a run and gun team. They've won. I don't care what people say. Kopitar's still there. That's a winner. Drew Doughty. That's a winner. And then you have Rob Blake, again, good friend of mine. But at the end of the day, he's won a Stanley Cup as a player. He's won 2 Stanley Cups with the Kings in management. They know what they're doing. They know what it takes to win, and they know that it's a grueling season, and they're willing to put in the work. And don't forget, we forgot a name there, Kempe.
Yeah, true.
Boy, oh boy, and I'll be the first one. I'll say it live right here. I told you before, I was way off on him.
Same.
I was way off on him. I was like, this guy's going to be a bust. He's made me eat my words the last few seasons, and what a fun player to watch.
Good example of just give it time with some guys and they just figure it out. Because, I mean, it took years.
Oh, yeah.
Not like a MacKinnon, like he goes from being a good player to an elite player, but like he was like barely a serviceable player.
Hanging on in the NHL, basically.
And then all of a sudden he's a 40-goal scorer, and you're like, he's their best player. Okay, cool, man.
He's awesome.
Look, when your initials are AK, you got to be able to score some goals, all right? All right. Look, if the Avs are able to come out of this one with a win, I think they should feel pretty good about themselves. Maybe you can hit some bets and feel pretty good about this game too with Bet365. I'm taking a little same game parlay tonight. Taking the Avs to win on the money line, taking both teams to score in the first period, and I'm taking a Mikko Rantanen goal. All that combined gets you a plus 900. You can make a good chunk of change. Eric's about to send this to all of his buddies right here.
I'm doing that right now. Keep the screen on.
You can get in with my bets if you think I'm going to hit. I've had a couple of hot parlays lately, just throwing it out there. But if you want to make your own bets, you can go over to Bet365 today and keep your sports never ordinary for yourself. Of course, you must be 21 or older, Colorado only. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER today. Look, I don't think... let me put it this way. I think sometimes we take a look at things, we look at the schedule, we see this is a Segababa, we see the Kings have had 4 days off. I think we overcomplicate things sometimes. And sometimes you just got to go out there and play hockey. Better team's going to win tonight. Just let it be. Are the Avs the better team on paper?
Tonight?
Tonight. No Makar.
There's a few. I mean,
no Makar, no MacKinnon.
With Makar, I think the answer is yes. But without Makar, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I think no.
Okay.
I think this is Georgiev's game. I think that can be the difference
that
maker.
Absolutely
There's
can.
a real goaltender and a goaltender with a question mark that's been playing extremely well. And I believe in Georgiev a lot, and I think that's what it comes down to tonight.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. Take one.
My mom
Take
asked
one.
about these. She's
We're
like,
pre-game
"What are the
vitamin
pill
Wing
bottles?"
today.
Don't throw it to...
I am throwing it to you. Hold on. Catch it. You got hands. Don't be...
I do have hands, I swear.
I know. He is a skilled defenseman. You know what? Yeah, they're winning tonight. I agree with you. You know what I mean? I agree with you because they're going to have their A game. They're going to keep it simple. And Georgiev's going to have a big game. So I believe in it tonight. I believe in it.
So we're taking the vitamin W.
Vitamin W. Yeah,
At some point, man, Mikko Rantanen has to wake up from this slumber. He just has to.
0 goals, 5 games. That's not like him.
Yeah.
And I don't want it on the power play.
I'll take it however I can
Even
get it.
strength,
But
Miko.
Oh, he knows he's better than that. He's better than that. He's a good player. He's an elite player.
he'll
rise. He'll rise.
He has to be for the Avs to win on nights like tonight.
That's
Isn't
it.
this the most Miko thing he could do, though? Goes quiet for a couple games, and then when they need him most.
Yeah.
We saw him power up when
Last
MacKinnon went
year.
out last year.
Yeah.
Makar's out now. Is Miko just secretly space jamming Avalanche players?
No, dude, he just needs to eat his Mario mushroom.
You know what? He needs
Get
to
to
make
Big
his
Miko.
bed this morning.
No.
He woke up and he made
No.
his bed and he set the right
No.
intentions.
That's
End
a
this
tough one at
pod.
the hotel.
Cut this
I
mic.
at the hotel's tough. At home, I get it. I'm with you. At the hotel's a tough.
Not making the bed
Absolutely,
at the hotel.
absolutely not. No, making a bed is a scam.
I'm with AJ on this one.
Oh,
But,
God.
you know, either way, hope you all enjoyed the game tonight. Keep it posted if you haven't signed up yet. We are having our first takeover of Ball Arena on December 9th. You can still get
Next Saturday.
tickets.
Wow.
Yeah, it's next Saturday. So a week away, basically. You can join us for that. If you come to the first one on December 9th, you get a $25 Snarfs gift card just coming with us. That's probably worth it, but it's a great time, too. You get beers on the party bus. You come back, you have a great time at the bar. You pregame at the bar, too. It's just an awesome time all the way
Go
around.
to an Avs game with
With the gang,
like
yeah.
Avs diehards. So
It's the way to get
to
in.
me, it's an easy call.
Jump on that. Also, if you already have tickets to the game, you can now get bus tickets, just bus tickets. So you can bring your own tickets to the game and come ride along with us and come to the post-game drinking party, because that's what it is.
Fair enough.
Any final thoughts on tonight's game before we jump into the watch-along? No? All right, we're going to wrap up this pregame. We appreciate all y'all hanging out with us. We do have a watch-along coming your way, so if you want to watch the game with us, you can come join us on that. If not, we'll see you after the game. We'll break down whatever happens, whether it's a blowout one way or the other, or a good game. We hope to see you there. We appreciate y'all, and we will talk to you in a few minutes.
We all silly like the mayor.